Hi guys, Ashley from Ash Cash Budget here. Today I'm bringing you the July Side Hustle Challenge results. So Kelly from Freedom in a Budget and Rachel from Talk Raw, I'll link their videos down below. They decided to have a July Side Hustle Challenge between each other. So they were trying to challenge each other to see how much side hustle money that they could bring in. But they also, of course, opened it up to us to see if we could bring in some side hustles. So I decided to give it a try. So we have a few different things on here. We have, first of all, they say that overtime counts. My overtime is a little different. It just depends on how many shows there are that week, if I get overtime or not. So if I get over 40 hours, I get an extra line on my paycheck that's the 0.5 amount. So overtime is time and a half. So I get paid my full amount for the hours I did, and then they add on the half mark of what I got, and they average it out between the different pay rates that I get, if that makes sense. I'll try to explain it better. If you have any questions, just let me know. So the first check that I got, it was 6.3 hours, and it was $10.77 an hour. So that's on top of my regular income, of my regular hourly rate. It would be $10.77 on top of that for the overtime. So that's an extra $67.85. Now I'm not going to go ahead and add in what the full time was, like if it $15 plus the $10, that could be that could be an extra amount, of course. But this, I'm just considering on top of my normal pay rate is what I'm including as my side hustle overtime. So $67.85 from the first check. My second check was 7.7 hours at $9.85. So that was an extra $75.84 on that check, for a total of $143.69 in overtime. Next, I decided to put things up for sale. So maybe if I would have kept them together, they would have sold better. But I managed to sell this washer and dryer that I had. So I had an old washer that I actually got for free, and I bought the dryer off of my landlord when I moved into this place. Well, I found another washer and dryer set shortly after that really fit my needs much better. So I had the other washer and dryer set just sitting there for a while. And so I decided to finally put it out there, take some pictures, put it up for sale, and I got it sold. Originally, I was just going to sell the dryer and then have the washer be like an extra add-on, like an extra free thing, because I got it for free, and it was, I had it in storage for 2.5 years and needed to be cleaned up and stuff. But someone went ahead and offered me $20 for the washer by itself. So I sold that. And then it took me another week and a half to sell the dryer, because now it was no longer a set, whereas I probably could have sold them both together quite easily. But I sold it, and I sold it for $50. So there's an extra $70 right there from what I sold. I really want to try to do a yard sale, but I really need to dig out some time in my schedule to kind of set that up. And right now, it's just not happening. And the third thing I did was, I have so many sinking funds that are coming up now, especially with the next side hustle I will tell you about, that I decided to go ahead and open up that Capital One 360 account. If I can get a referral link, I'll link that down below as well, if I can get one. And so I got an extra $25 for signing up and depositing money into there. I'm still working everything out, and I need to open the different sinking funds accounts after I've verified everything, but that extra $25 is there. So I got $25 just for signing up and depositing it and utilizing a savings account, which is really cool, I think. Now, my final side hustle. This one's pretty interesting, I guess. So I used to sell stuff at a local farmers and crafts market, and I do have like my own business ID and stuff, and I make little crafts and arts and everything, like that. But also crafts as well, like little jewelry, trinkets, and things like that. I have not sold anything in like 2 years. And it's just kind of been moving around with me. I just never got into it, like got it everything out and organized and got another till going. And I didn't really manage it well last time. Let's just say that. And so, you know, I had the money coming into me, and then I would spend money. And of course, the first couple years of business, you're always going to be spending more money than you make. Not always, but usually. You're going to spend a lot of money, especially in stuff like hobbies like that. But I always paid my fees for the farmer's market so that I could stay in the farmer's market and have my spot secured. Well, after this challenge, I decided to go ahead and get everything together. I still had lots of product left, so I didn't need to make much to be able to go. I just needed to go ahead and buy a couple vouchers and go to the market and be there. You know, it's hard with my schedule sometimes because I can't always make it out there on a Saturday, especially. It takes place on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I was not making enough time. I started getting really busy with this job, and I think that correlated with the lack of motivation to kind of find time to go out there. So I did make some money. I made $108. Let's count this out. 2, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $108. I made 80 on the first Wednesday that I went, and I made 28 on the next Saturday that I went. It's kind of interesting that I didn't make as much on the Saturday versus the Wednesday, because Saturday seemed to be more busier, more foot traffic. There was a kids thing going on, so there was more people there. I don't know, but I made less. Well, now that I'm doing this whole budgeting thing, I really started to think about how I need to make sure I reinvest this money smartly. So I do have a lot of product. I do have a lot of things that I can still make stuff with. There are going to be some things that I need to put back into my supplies to make stuff, but I do have a good amount still. But the point is, I'm going to have to invest. And I also, since I have the business ID, especially as a part of the farmer's market, it is required. I have to pay sales tax for my state. So I figure I need to make a sinking fund for my sales tax. And then I'm worried, what if I end up having to pay anything towards income tax for it? Now, it might not happen, especially if I don't make much money off of it this year. It really might not happen. So, I mean, I don't think I should put the whole 30% away, especially because I have other jobs and stuff that I'm paying taxes out on. But I need to save something. I want to make sure there's something there just in case. So I decided to save 15% for income tax. And if it's still there at the end of the year, I should carry it into next year, so that if I make more next year, especially since it'll be a full year, I have income tax money for that business. And the sales tax is 8.313, so I've rounded that up to 8.5% of all sales. So watch how quickly this goes away. First, I had to get 2 $10 vouchers to go to the market twice. A voucher is good for a whole week, but since I technically went 2 weeks because it's Saturday and Wednesday, I had to use 2 vouchers for the 2 times that I went. And I'm going to go tomorrow, even though I'm working today and I'm going to be tired. I'm going to drag my butt there tomorrow because I can reuse the ticket from this last Saturday and try to make some more money off of that $10. So $20 gone. I also bought a cash box because I decided that would be a good idea for my till. So that was $18. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think I heard my phone go off a couple times. Sorry if you hear that too. So $18 towards the cash box. Gone. Now I have a little, it's like a square, but it's from Etsy, and I can use it to use debit cards, to charge debit cards or credit cards. So I'm rounding these numbers up and down, but it balances out to pretty much the same. Just so that I get the full 108 without dealing with this and cents. So I basically spent $1 on Etsy fees for the swipes that I did on Wednesday. Now with the 20%, the 15% plus the 8.5%, the first day of sales I had to put away $20 for taxes, and the second day of sales I had to put away another $6 in taxes. $26 gone. That's going into the sinking funds though. That's going to be there. I also want to reinvest my money. I do want to be able to pay myself where I get some money as well, like into my own pockets from this business, but reinvesting is pretty important. I'm thinking the threshold is going to be more like 50 or 60% towards taxes and reinvestment, and then 40 to 50 to me and to people that might be helping me. This time it was a bit different because I had to buy those vouchers to start off, buy the cash box. I had a bit more reinvestment going out this first time around, but that's the ideal. So I did end up spending $20 at Hobby Lobby, and it made me realize how much of a problem I have with Hobby Lobby. I'm Ashley, and I'm a Hobby Lobby addict. But I stuck to $20 because I knew that's how much I could put towards reinvestment this week. I spent $20 and I made stuff from it right away to put back into my product. Now, my sisters helped me out a bit, and I gave them 10%. One helped one day, I gave her 10% of those sales. One helped another day, I gave her 10% of those sales. So they only made $8 and $3 respectively, but that's another $5, $10, $11 gone. Now, because I have the sales taxes, and because I have not been paying attention, because I have not been doing this, I realized that I needed to clear up. I do the taxes twice a year. And I was like, well, it's after June. Have I made the deadline? I need to make sure that the taxes for last are like figured out. Even though I have 0 sales and it's a 0, I paid late. Well, I filed late. So I had to pay a $5 fee. That leaves me with $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7. I can put that in my pocket, but I'm keeping $7 in cash to then at least make a $3 sale on tomorrow I'm going, which would probably be today for you guys. I'm going again tomorrow, and I need to at least make $3, take this $7, get another voucher so I can go again. But that's the gist of it. Maybe we can discuss more of the logistics as I go through this more, because I definitely plan on going more. But I just wanted to show you how quickly 108 went into nothing into my pocket. But I'm extremely thankful for this challenge because it got me off of my butt and it got me started on that again, which means in the future, once things balance out and as long as I'm budgeting for the company, for my company, then I can start making some more money off of it. So I'm really glad that it did get me off of my butt and to actually start going to the market again and trying to sell again. So that's really cool. So I technically made $346.69, but after that 108 that nothing went into my pocket, extra more money on top of my, my regular income was $238.69. So I was pretty motivated by this, and I'm glad to have at least made something. $238, that's great. I'm going to, the 25 from the Capital One 360 won't reflect in my budget, but it'll reflect inside of my sinking funds. It'll just automatically be added to that, especially because all of the extra money from this month is going to my sinking fund. So thank you guys for watching. I had a really good time. Hopefully next month, maybe I can try to make some more money. I'll let you guys know. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.